Without doubt, pension-led funding can be a very useful tool to help business owners grow both their business and their pension funds at the same time, although careful consideration needs to be given to the potential downsides of entering into such an arrangement. In simple terms, the value of a pension scheme is linked to the performance of the assets that are held in it. If the pension fund is invested in assets that perform poorly or lose value, this is directly reflected in the value of the pension fund and could impact its ability to pay a retirement income at the time it is needed. If a pension scheme is invested in a company and the company defaults on its obligations, this could lead to a reduction in retirement provision. In this sense, it's a very grown-up arrangement between the company and the pension scheme. While it's not something that's often thought about, pension schemes are outside of the scope of creditor claims and are therefore, in the event of a corporate insolvency or bankruptcy, protected. This is on the basis that a pension scheme hasn't been deliberately used to deprive creditors of assets, though. So it has to be considered that if a PLF arrangement has been used and the company fails, a valuable safety net may have been lost, although this factor can be mitigated by the trustees of the pension scheme taking adequate security from the company when advancing funding. Another important consideration is that by investing in a private company, a pension scheme may be exposed to factors such as liquidity risk. This is the risk of not being able to realise the investments within it quickly and easily. Another one is concentration risk, which is the risk of being overly exposed to a single asset. These factors should be considered and accounted for when planning the overall pension investment strategy alongside the PLF arrangement to ensure it meets the objectives of its members. In practical terms, this means setting an overall cap on the amount of capital to allocate to the business through PLF. As mentioned before, a PLF arrangement requires the trustees of the pension scheme to make and agree upon investment decisions, and while they can, indeed should take advice, they must be comfortable with making decisions that affect their finances themselves. Furthermore, a good working relationship between the pension scheme administrators and the company is important to ensure ongoing compliance with HMRC requirements, which requires a willingness to communicate on the matters relating to the PLF arrangement. So in summary, PLF provides unparalleled flexibility in the use of pension funds, but all factors must be taken into account to deliver a successful experience and a good fit.